Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? Welcome. Companion, my name's George Akid, and for the next 2 hours, it's a launch day. We are blasting off with a brand new product, a product which you adore, a product where 20% of the stock has already gone, and it only launched this morning. It's our brand new 3D embossing folders. You are loving them, and they're at a great price. We can't wait to spend the next 2 hours showing you how amazing these embossing folders are. But we do need someone who can help us through this for the next 2 hours. It's, of course, everybody's favourite. It's the wonderful Craig. Good afternoon, Craig.
How you doing?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good. I'm ready to go for this one here. Who doesn't love embossing folders? I love them. Let's have a look at our brand new one. This is some of the things that you can be making. We're going to be having a look through the show over the next 2 hours of what we can be making. These ones have been ran through our 3D embossing folders. Many of them have got inky backgrounds. Some of them are letterpress techniques. I mean, look at the depth within this one here. Really going to show you the depth when it comes to the embossing folders. But then we're going to be doing it on white card, black card. Look at that one there with the craft card still with some colours on. I mean, this one here, we've got a nice array of different sized embossing folders on today's show. It's another one where we've gone in with a little aperture within the middle, raised up. Let's have a look at this one here. So whether you like your rectangle cards, whether you like your DL cards, all these sorts of things we can be making when it comes to the show. So all these different things that you can see here. So within this one here, what we've got is we've ran it through on its own, white cardstock, then we've gone in with our colours, whether it is sparkle pens, whether it's what reactive, could be pigment, could be embossing powders, it could be anything like that, anything your heart desires that's going to create some of the most spectacular cards, and it's all because of that 3D element within these embossing folders.
Absolutely, loads of love for these coming already. Make sure you get your comments in, comment below on Facebook and YouTube if you've got any questions. If you want to see something with these embossing folders, let us know and we'll try our very best to get it for you during the show. There were wonderful Colleen's on the socials today. Cheryl, morning y'all from North Carolina. Mary, hello from Maine. Deborah, good morning to all again. And Coletta, hello everyone. Guys, we've got this brilliant collection. It's a 3D frame embossing folder, 12-piece collection. Embossing, a great technique every single time. You've got these amazing designs priced at a wonderful price. $53.49, $70.95. 12 incredible designs, including you have got here, let me go through the names for you. You've got exquisite blooms, entangled roses, luscious lilies, elegant flourish, swirling lace, classic lace, lovely lace, embellished lace, intricate filigree, elegant swirls, fancy floral wreath, and the elegant frame trio. It's a brilliant collection, and you guys are loving it already. Let's take a closer look at these wonderful designs that you are seeing here. So we have got the wonderful here. This is the exquisite blooms. Now, embossing is a great technique which is used every single time. Loads of our demonstrators use it every single day. This is the exquisite blooms. We've also got entangled roses. We have got the wonderful luscious lilies. I love that one. We've also got the elegant florals, should I say? You've also got the swirling lace. You have got classic lace, not could be confused with black lace of Agadoo fame. You've got lovely lace. You have also got this one, this is stunning, the embellished lace. That is gorgeous, that. Lovely how this has been designed. You've also got the intricate filigree. You've also got elegant swirls. That's a big collection, this, I love it. The fancy floral wreath and the wonderful elegant frame. Guys, this is a brilliant collection. You see the trio there, how wonderful that is. Priced at $53.49, $70.95, $70? $70.95, and that incredible Clue Inspire Platinum price, that is ridiculous. For a brand new collection, $42.79, $56.76. Buying this entire bundle, you're going to save yourself 25%. It's a great, I know, brand new, producer Johnny saying brand new, and you're already getting 25% off. You are indeed. Now remember, you can buy them individually, and I've got a great deal for them. If you spend over £40, $40, you're going to get 10% off. So if you do want to buy them individually, priced at Different sizes, different prices. Have a look online. Can't go through all the prices, I haven't got them here. But have a look on the website, crafterscompanion.com.au, see the full range. Spend over £40, $40, you're going to save yourself 10%. It's a great saving. But the best deal and the best value for money is if you go for this bundle, 3D frame embossing folder, 12-piece collection at that incredible price where you're saving yourself 25% off. A lot of you have already gone for that with 20% of the stock already gone. It's only launched this morning and already we're down to a fifth of our stock gone because you guys have loved it and bought it. Loads of you get in touch as well. Deborah, these are absolutely beautiful. Val Lloyd, hi Craig and George, looking forward to seeing what you make today. And on Facebook, I like that they leave some space. Yeah, I always have a problem covering up my embossed designs with stuff. And Hannah Hicks on Facebook, hi everyone, can't wait to see Craig's demos on these. Well, I'll tell you what, Hannah, let's get started on these incredible demos because Craig, what a brilliant design. Like I said, they've got the space, there's so much you can do with them.
Oh, there is. These are so, so cool. I just love the fact that, you know, we've got rectangle embossing folders, 6x6, DL, slim. I just love the fact that you've got them and it's all about the space within the middle. So your toppers, your sentiment, your embellishments, your flowers, all these sorts of things that you can be doing. So what we're going to do with the first one is we're going to get inky for the first one. And we're going to go in with our watercolour card and we're also going to go in with the Everyday Brights being the sparkle pens. So we're going to go in with these ones here. So 2 of them are primed, 1 of them I need to just quickly prime. What I mean by that is it's unused, it's brand new, not been used yet on any cards or project. So what I need to do, I need to give it a shake, little ball bearing within the actual pen, and then that's going to get all of the liquid mixed in with the glitter. So we're going to go and give it a bit of a shake. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take off the cap, remove the yellow outer ring, discard that, don't need that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to twist the lid back on as far as it will go. Give it another bit of a shake again so that we can get that going, and then what I'm going to do is we can see there from our nib we've got, that is sparkle pen by the way, not anything else.
That's what you want to tell us, Craig.
Yeah. Then what we need to do is the brush nibs, they are all compact together to start with. So all that I've done is just bend that just so they get them nice and flexible and pliable. It's embossed at the side saying push. Now don't push too hard. All you want to do is lightly press. You start to see some of the sparkle coming into the chamber and then it comes through into your actual nib there of your brush. So that's now good to go. So I've got my pack that is the bright, so it's pink garnet, firefly and aquamarine. So these have already primed but they've not been used for a wee while, so we're just giving them a little bit of an additional shake. The one thing I've not got, George, I wonder if you can get me just a little cup of water or something, if you don't mind, that would be great, so that we can do a little bit of blending. So then what we're doing now that we have got all of these ones here all good to go, I've got my large brush ready and I'm going to start with the aquamarine. So if I take this one off, I'm going to get this flowing again slightly. Once I'm happy with that, what I'm then going to do is I'm going to go direct onto my card for this and then I'm going to add a layer of colour. We're going to go into the pink garnet and we're going to do the same here. So I'm going within the top, within the middle, within the bottom. So we can now go in with the firefly. Don't know about you, but any wrestling fans out there just makes me think of Bray Wyatt and the Fireflies. You know, if you're a wrestling fan, you'll know exactly what I mean. If you're not, you're thinking, I've no idea what you're on about, Craig. So we've got that one there. You know, we're not bad. We've got 9 minutes and 53 seconds into the show before we're talking about wrestling.
I leave the studio after 60 seconds.
And we're talking about wrestling. So what I've done is I've wet my brush. Now what you could do if you wanted to was wet your cardstock first. You'll get a slightly different look. I like going direct onto my cardstock because I think, you know, it instantly starts to bond with the cardstock, but then what you can start to do is then blend it all out again.
Yes.
So we're going in here. So I'm going to hold that down and then depending on if you go quite light, if you go quite heavy-handed with the colours, you're going to get a completely different look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean my brush so that it is free of colour. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the bottom here with the firefly. So I want to try and withhold a lot of that yellow. So I'm going to go in and pure and simply start to blend it out. Then dab that off onto my kitchen towel.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to blend that one out as well. And I'm not taking my time, and I'm doing that on purpose because I want kind of like a free-flowing kind of ombre effect. Doesn't matter whether the pink garnet goes too heavy-handed into your aquamarine, or if you can see here, the pink garnet's gone more into the firefly.
Yeah.
Not really concerned on that. And that's what I'm going to do there. I'm going to leave it like that.
Yeah.
Then what I'm going to do is I am going to dip this back into my water. So that's all that I'm doing here, is going in with my water. You could use a spritz tool for this next bit if you want. But what I'm going to do is on the back of my hand is I'm going to tap, and all that water that's tapping onto the cardstock, what it's doing is it's what's called a faux bleaching effect. So it's actually lifting the colour from the cardstock. So the longer you leave it, the more it starts to lift up and up and up. So we can see.
Wow.
We can
I
see.
love that. It's a great bleaching effect. I adore that.
Yeah. So you can see that. Now what I'm going to do is to stop that from faux bleaching anymore, I'm going to go on with some kitchen roll, and we're going to tap. We're going to take that off.
Oh,
now
wow.
look at that.
It's like stars, isn't it?
It's like stars,
Yeah.
isn't it? Now, if I'd done a few taps and then went on with my kitchen roll to dab off, where it ended up with a more speckled effect. Now you can see this one, I went more heavy-handed with the firefly and then started to create that orange ombre effect down there in the bottom. So I'm not going to use this one because I need to let it dry.
Yeah.
You can either heat set it with your heat tool. What will happen is it will start to buckle a lot more. Once it's kind of dried, you can always turn it over, heat from the back, and it kind of evens out slightly. But when you use your adhesive, so red liner tape or that, that's going to help hold it down. Alternatively, you can leave it to dry at room temperature.
Yeah.
And what will happen is it will dry a lot more flatter. So it's entirely up to you. If you're an eager beaver and you can't wait on it drying, you can dry it yourself.
Could you recap those colours that you've used there, Craig?
I absolutely will.
On those, please.
So they're from the essential set. So it's aquamarine is the blue, firefly is the yellow, and then pink garnet is that pinky purpley one.
Beautiful.
That I've used there. So all three of them come in with that one set anyway.
Gorgeous.
So all that I'm going to do is, it's not essential I clean up straight away because these will just wipe off either now or in an hour's time, but let's just make sure that we're nice and tidy anyway while we're going. Take the colour off. Wet wipe or a baby wipe if you are using any, that's going to take the colour off. So then what we are going to be left with is this. So if I bring back this one in here. So what we can then do is we're going to go in with our lovely lace. This is our 3D embossing folder. And we're going to go in so that on this side here is the emboss side. So therefore that's going to push the detail up.
Yeah.
So I want to sit it in there.
Yeah.
So again, the detail's going to sit really proud when it comes to the inky background.
Yeah.
You could do it the other way around, and then what would happen is you would get a deboss.
Right.
So the design is going to then push into your card. So I don't want to say the right way of doing it. The traditional way of doing your embossing is doing it so the design pushes up, but the background, when it comes to the deboss, can look equally as elegant if you want it to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sandwich that one in there, and it is a 6x6, and it's a 3D embossing folder, which means I need my base cutting plate, I need my plastic shim, and then my top plate. That's what I need for my folders.
So, Craig, you know, because they're called a 3D frame.
Yes.
To me, embossing is 3D, but what makes these a 3D embossing frame more than usual?
Do you know something? I've just had a mind blank there. 3D. I think it's just the two cutting plates. It's just the two cutting plates. 2D embossing folder is with the magnetic shim, and then, oh my gosh, I do this at least on a daily basis, and I've just had to, I'm standing there thinking, no, that doesn't sound right. 3D, no, it doesn't sound right. So, 3D embossing folder, 2 cutting plates, that's it. Sorry, George, what was your question?
Because they're called a 3D embossing folder, to me, embossing is always 3D. No, I know exactly what I've done here. No, I know all of you in the comments are going to be going, Craig, not that, that's not it. 3D embossing folder, your base cutting plate, your magnetic shim and your plastic shim. That's it. That's what we need there. With the 2 cutting plates as for your 2D embossing folder. There we go. We got that. We got there in the end. I'm thinking, oh, it's not going through it, that's why. Every now and again, you take that mind blank. Right, George, sorry,
a third time. Sorry, what was your question?
The 3D embossing folder, so to me, embossing is always 3D.
Yes.
What makes it a 3D embossing folder?
So what will happen is a 2D embossing folder, it is one level of detail. So when you emboss it, it is literally all one level. With a 3D, you've got multitude of levels. So for instance, one part of the folder, let's say the leaves could be like 2 millimeters high. The petals could then be 3 millimeters high. Then the buds might be 5 millimeters high. The butterflies in the background might be 3 millimeters high. So then you've got a multitude of layers when it comes to that design, which gives it that 3D look. Looks spectacular. Plain and simply ran through white cardstock, looks elegant. But as you can see here, we've gone in mixing and matching with all of our inks and that. So we can see this is our now inked, and then we can just see the embossed detail all the way around. Then what we're going to do, would you believe it, I've got every single gilding wax here apart from silver, and that's the one that I need.
I might have got a silver for you, mate.
Have you got a silver one I could dip my finger at? Oh no, sorry, tell a lie, sorry.
You've had me running out the studio, running over there. I'm broken sweat here, Craig.
Sorry.
Breaking sweat, I never break sweat.
Sorry, so I'm just keeping you on your feet today, that's all. We're going in with the silver gilding wax here. And then what I'm going to do is lightly, with my finger, we're then going to rub and roll our finger all the way across that detail.
Wow, that's crazy how it's brought it out.
And the way I was explaining a moment ago about the multi-layers, I'll be able to show that and explain that in a little bit more detail once I've finished this.
And them gilding waxes aren't big, are they? But you get a lot out of it for a little bit of use.
I have had mine years before I started working for Crafter's Companion, and I am still on my original set, still on the original one, and do you know what? I don't even think I'm about a quarter of the way through them. They last so long. And they're good because they were intended initially for things like upcycling. So lots of different materials if you're going to be doing wood. Certainly if you have a look at the other colours that are your golds and your coppers. But we're going to go in, and as I say, always I would just dab a little bit onto your glass mat or your non-porous surface, for instance like a glass mat. But what I'm doing here is I'm going into this flourish design a little bit more heavy-handed than I am with some of the other layers. So again, we can go in here. We're going to work our way.
That's incredible.
It's incredible, isn't it? And this might not be inked background. This could be a piece of plain pattern cardstock you've got at home. You know, you're maybe not one that is into inking, so you may purchase cardstock from other brands that has that effect already there. Some of our paper pads have that design within them, but I know there is ones out in the market that gives you that look of distressed ink background with actually doing anything. So you could do that with them. But look at that. Isn't that incredible? Absolutely exquisite. So what we've got here is your texture design at the back. It's very subtle, but that's on one level. Then I'm having a look closely here. So the leaves are on a second level up, so they're a little bit higher. We've got the inner part of the swirls. They are just a little bit more higher up. Then we've got the main swirl here, as well as the floral is even higher up. That is what is giving you that 3D look. So you've got raised detail, different depths, whichever way that you look at it. We can see here.
Love that.
And then all that I've done is trimmed it down ever so slightly to this one here, which is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and using the happy birthday stamp from the, I want to say, I'm just checking my notes that I've got here, it's from the stamp with the birthday set that I've done.
Yes.
So quite literally the birthday stamp set, I've done happy birthday. And what I've done is I've done this with waterproof ink pad, even although I wasn't coming over the top with any additional inks or anything. And I used this on my 8x8 stamping platform, and I stamped this twice, just to give that real sharp black sentiment within the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a piece of silver mirror card, or it could be mirror card, whatever you've got. And I'm going to go round with my tape runner, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to pop this one into the middle. So my mirror card, my silver, is 5 1/2 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And then I've gone in with some Centura Pearl, which is cherry, and I've gone a little bit larger, and this is 6 inches, 6 by 6. So instead of going 1/4 inch in increments, I've gone in 1/2 inch.
Right.
And then I've gone in with a 7 by 7 card blank. I'm going to go in with my adhesive on here. So other than letting your background dry and pre-stamping, I've done this all from scratch. So if I press that, and do you know what? I added a little bit of detail. What I'm doing is I've taken one of our art liners, and then all that I'm going to do is little squiggles.
Nice.
And I'm doing it quite quick. And I'm doing it quite quick because I don't want to overthink it.
No.
So I'm just going to go up, and I'm going to go all the way around to finish it off, some longer, some shorter. And then what I can then do is then let's do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then again, not overthinking it, doing 3. I would always do odd numbers, but 3 always works best. There we go. And this is, in case anyone's wondering, a 0.8 art liner, but it could be one of your classics or that if you wanted it to. And that is all that I'm going to do.
Brilliant.
And then there we go. And that could have been even on a smaller card blank. That could have been on a 6 by 6 card blank. But I've popped it on a 7 by 7. And then there you go. So that is the one that was using the lovely lace, and it was using silver gilding wax, and it was also using the Essential collection of the 3 pen sparkle pen.
Absolutely a great card there with a great collection launching today. Aisha on Facebook, so beautiful. Those accents are stunning. Beth on Facebook, just looked down from work, very pretty. 1/4 of the stock has gone. 25% of these brand new 3D embossing folders has gone. If you're wanting these, check them out now in your basket. crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. $53.49, $70.95. A launch day, and you're already saving yourself 25%. Alternatively, if you're Club Inspire, that platinum price $42.79, $56.76 on Club Inspire, and you can buy them individually online. And remember, if you spend over £40, $40, you're going to save yourself 10%. There's also some great deals for you to get everything in with it. Water reactive ink pads from Spectrum Noir, of course, a great reactive dye, 10 ink pad collection. Let's take a closer look at the colours that you're going to be receiving within this collection. You're going to be receiving the orange colour. Again, always useful, always so many uses you can use for these ink pads, for the water reactive ones. You've seen Craig using them pens there, how they worked with water reactive. Imagine the inks with those. You've got the orange, you've got fuchsia, you've got smoked emerald, you've got frosty jade, you've got green topaz, which jumped out at me, it attacked me. You've got grasshopper, you've also got spring meadow, damson wine, pale fig, and Lagoon. Price today at £39, $55 at platinum price as well. A great saving yourself 20% on that. Also as well, we've also got this brilliant watercolour card. Again, a 3-pack, always good, always important. Stock up on those consumables. £9.50, $13.50 for 3 packs. You're getting 45 sheets in total. A great saving there. Remember, you're getting a 35% saving. And on top of that, your Club Inspire discount, whatever level may be. If you're platinum, you're getting an extra 20% off. £7.60, $10.80. Remember, if it's your first time ordering with us on Crafters TV and you're using Club Inspire for the first time, you're going to get 20% off your first order. The question is, what are you going to spend it on? Loads of you getting in touch, but this is a great deal, a great collection which so many of you love. It's a 3D frame embossing 12-piece collection. Beautiful designs, designed in a way with gaps. A lot of you saying, no, you love how there's gaps, so you can put your embellishments on there, your sentiments, you can stamp in the middle. Usually embossing folders, they cover the whole space. These are perfect because they're leaving that gap for you to do what you want to do in the middle. You could use your nesting dies within these. Again, a great collection, brand new today. Remember, you can buy them individually, alternatively you can buy the full set. Let me show you them individually, closer in detail. You're getting started here with that wonderful, exquisite blooms. Now, like we have said, they're 3D, so you're getting that extra level of detail. You're getting those different depths and dimensions. That is exquisite blooms, and already you can see there that great depth on that card, how great that looks. We've also got for you as well the entangled roses. Perfect weddings, christenings, birthday cards, invitations, even artwork around the house, photo frames, luscious lilies, another great collection. I love lilies, one of my favourites. And then this elegant flowers, florist should I say. I mean, I love the embossing folders. I've not seen this in a while. Long, thin embossing folders, not the typical squares and rectangles. This is perfect. Imagine bookmarks. How good would that look for a little gift for somebody? Swirling lace. Again, another great collection, leaving you with that space in the middle to do your sentiments and whatever you may wish. Classic lace, again, perfect for a photo frame or to put someone's picture in the middle there. And again, the lovely lace. The lace ones are a great collection. You can see that entire detail just there that you see all the little checks around the back, the diamantes. So much you can do with it. So the diamonds, not the diamantes. You've also got the embellished lace, another one of these tool thin cards, thin embossing folders. Again, allowing you to create a different style of card. Then you've got the intricate filigree. Perfect, so much detail. And again, you're seeing it here. All that is 2 different kinds of ink, and how effective that looks. The hard work has been done for you with this brilliant embossing folder. You've also got elegant swirls, another great design, that A5 size. You've also got the fancy floral wreaths. That's what I like about these as well. That's 6x6. They're different sizes and different widths, different paper sizes. And again, finishing it off here with the elegant frame trio. Different sizes of embossing folders. How many uses are you going to have for these at that brilliant price? $53.49, $70.95. Already launching today, saving yourself 25%, and that incredible Club Inspire of platinum price, £42.79, $56.76. Craig, it just dawned on me that they're all different sizes, 6x6, tall and thin, A5 size. They're just great to see embossing folders of full spectrum of sizes.
Absolutely. We really are in a time at the moment where we are really enjoying doing different cards. And what I mean by that is usually, I know you guys stateside, you do a lot of small cards and always have done, primarily because of your postal service, and you are venturing out and doing a few bigger cards now. Here in the UK, we've always done really large cards, 8x8 cards. We are starting to venture down into your smaller cards now, and instead of being stuck with one size embossing folder, embossing it, then cutting it down to match your card, these ones, as you said there, we've got a variety of different sizes, so these really are going to be matching whatever card size you want to do. Largest one being 6x6. You've seen how easy it was for me to put it on a 7x7 card, but then with that matting layer, an additional pattern paper layer, that could go onto an 8x8. So you really are easy in the knowledge of knowing that you can then go higher, but you've got your smaller embossing folders to go smaller if you want. So what I'm going to do now with this one is we're going to bring in white smooth stamping card. We're going to use our intricate filigree. This is glorious, this one here. This one is another one that is 5x7. And what I'm going to do is we're going to come along with our water reactives, which are Lagoon, Fuchsia, green topaz and damson wine, and we're going to add some colour onto that once we have embossed it. Now, with it being white smooth stamping card, it doesn't matter which side is which. You know, I want the embossed side, but both sides of the card are exactly the same, so I will find out in a moment which side I'm going to ink onto. So base cutting plate, magnetic, and then our plastic shim.
Yep.
That can go through. If you're using this with the Gemini MIDI, which you can do, with it being 3D, you don't need anything for it. All you need to do is pop your card into the folder. Actually, you don't even need to do that. Well, yeah, your card into your embossing folder and then just wind it through. That's all you need to do. But what we've got now is this incredible detailed design when it comes to the detail. Now what I'm going to do, before I start inking, I'm going to trim it down to the edge of the design. I've got one finished, but we might end up just using this one.
Yeah.
If we get it finished, because it doesn't need dried. Just want to check 4 3/4 by 6, so it's just shy of 6 3/4. I'm going to trim this one down to 4 1/2. So if I do 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, there we go. So what I can then do is I've got my blending tools as well in front of me. So I'm going to pop my ink over the top, and I do what I usually do. So I'm going to bring this down so that you can see just for a second. So what I do is I like to pop my ink pads against my glass mat, so that I can quite literally pick up the ink without it flying all over the place onto my glass mat. So I've got that one, and then that one. So what I'm going to do is move them back up so you can see the full glass mat. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go in to start with the fuchsia.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do the centre. So I'm going to do the fuchsia first and then build up the darker shade of the damson wine. So inking up, and then what I'm going to do is staying away from the circle, but I'm not bothered if I do get any ink on the circle.
Right.
So in other words, I'm not purposely inking it, but if it gets inked, I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
So all that I'm going to do is go round the centre here, and then what I'm going to do is work my way round. So working our way round in with the detail. So if you find it easier using the rounded blending tools, you can do. Maybe you've got our little Spectrum Noir sponges to do your inking, then you can do as well. But we're going in, and then what I'm doing is I'm also keeping it completely flat, so that what's going to happen is the detail from the design is going to be picked up within the fuchsia.
Yeah.
So if all you wanted to do was one colour, you would still get a multi-layer look from that one colour, because you're going to go light-handed towards the top, but that top layer is what's going to pick up the ink.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I was to go really heavy-handed like I'd done a moment ago, that ink from my sponge has been pushed into all the nooks and crannies. Whereas now, if I go in lightly handed, all that means is that the sponge is only touching that top layer of the 3D detail, which is then giving me a darker shade along the top. But then I do want to go a little bit more darker. So I'm going in with the damson wine, and all that I'm doing is around the circle, or around the edge of the circle, I'm going in with the damson wine. So we're going to go in a little bit like a vortex sort of look. So I'm going to go in, and then that's picking up the detail. And at this point, I'm going quite light-handed as well. So I'm happy with that.
That's gorgeous, that, Craig.
I'm going to go in with another bit of fuchsia just to blend that out a little bit more. Again, I'm not bothered about the centre. Then I'm going to go in with green topaz.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go around the rest of the white area. And at this point, I'm going heavy-handed again, so that I can get my ink layered onto the full background.
Yep.
Work our way round. So wherever there's white, apart from the centre, I'm adding my green topaz.
Lovely.
So we're going to keep on going. And it's surprising, if you've never used our water reactive inks before, how you can get a multitude of tones by simply going heavier handed or lighter handed. Now it goes without saying, you're obviously the lighter you go, the lighter the colour's going to be. You know, we get that. That's kind of just nature of the beast. But then it just depends on the design, the intricacy, the nooks, the crannies, all the different bits are going to be darker in some areas, lighter in some, and it's amazing to see it come to life. And then that's what I'm doing with that one. We're now going to go into the lagoon, which is a bit more of a deeper green topaz. And similar to what I'd done with the fuchsia and the damson wine, all that I'm doing is I'm going to go round the edges of my cardstock into here. So work our way round. We're going to go in, picking that detail up all the way around the edges. So not only is it colouring the edges of your cardstock, it's also colouring the edge detail around the flourishes and the swirls. So let's go in to there. And then what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to go back to the green topaz, but I'm going to take as much of the ink off as I can. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of blend that out. Excuse me.
You're all right there, Craig. What did you have? Beans for dinner?
I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know about Wake Up Call, but that was constantly going off in Craft Chat and Create this morning.
What, the horn?
Yeah, the horn.
It's Debbie Robinson. She's a boy racer.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. She's
With a
there
remote?
with yeah, she's there all the time. Can't control her sometimes.
Ah, what's she like? Her and her little motor, always racing that car. Then what we can do is lightly, I don't want to go on as heavy-handed as I done in the last demo.
Yeah.
This one being the King Gold. And all that I'm doing is I'm going down the left and the right-hand side of my card. So just lightly picking it up, down the other side, into here. And then we can then take that one. And that's all that I'm going to do when it comes to that. So then what I've already done beforehand is taken the Happy Anniversary stamp. I've heat embossed it with gold embossing powder onto vellum. And instead of cutting a strip of vellum, I've just torn it. So I've taken a piece of vellum, I've stamped, and then I've heat embossed. And then all that I've done is gone and torn my vellum top and bottom. You can go more straight, more at an angle, you can do whatever you like, but vellum is really easy to tear. And then you can still change it and adjust it if you want to. Little bits here, little bits there, but having your sentiment within the middle. It's nice instead of it being straight.
Yeah, it's nice that.
Or a bit different than it being a piece of white cardstock. So you've got lots of options. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with a piece of gold. So this is gold mirror card. Now I've chopped this down slightly smaller than my original finished sample. So what I'm going to do, I don't want too much of that gold. So for all the time that's going to take to chop that down, so I need to come down 1/4 of an inch on both sides. So I'm going to check to see, perfect, happy with that. So that can then go on with my tape runner. And then I've taken this pearlescent cardstock, and this is from our Blushing Blues Pearl 12 by 12 cardstock. So it's that solid colour that I've used. That can go onto my gold, there. And then I'm going to go on. I think we've got the paper pads on the shows, don't we, George?
We have them there at the bottom of your screen, the 12 by 12 pearl pad collection. 4-pack with 84 sheets at that usual price there, but today's price $65.99, $74.99. What a great deal that is for your 4-packs.
It's so good. It's absolutely gorgeous, that one. I know it's Debbie Robinson's favourite. And then I'm going to pop that onto my card blank. And then what I'm going to do now is if I take my vellum, so I'm going to tear a little bit off each edge so it doesn't overhang. You could, if you wanted to, turn that around so you can fold that in on the back if you want. I don't always do that. Depends on my mood. Depends if I feel like I'm in a fold back mood or just stick it down sort of mood.
Well.
And today I'm in a stick it down sort of mood.
Stick it down mood.
And then this is why I wasn't overly concerned about the centre, because I knew that my sentiment would sit over the top, but I would still get some of that colour just popping from behind.
Yes.
And press that in, and hey presto, That was intended, that little gag. There we go.
Very good.
We've
Love
got
that.
our embossing folder. Now that was simply with 4 colours of water reactive. You could have used 2. You could have just used fuchsia and green topaz and then built up the depth, the layers of colours if you wanted to. But that was the 4. That was the lagoon, green topaz, fuchsia and damson wine that I used. Also with a little bit of king gold. And there we are. We've got an absolutely glorious card to finish off.
Yes, we have a great collection and a great deal using those brand new 3D frame embossing folders. There's beautiful different collections. That 12-piece collection, saving yourself over 20% today if you're buying this bundle. $53, $49, $70.95. 25% of the stock has gone. If you are one of those people who haven't got it yet, listen, you need to get it. I'll give you some time. I'll see you shortly.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's Fabric Cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to your launch day here on Crafters TV, launching these brand new 3D frame embossing folders, 12-piece collection. Now, they are available individually. Some of you just said we can't find them individually. We have mentioned it to our team. We are working on it, so give us a few seconds, our wonderful gremlins. But they are all available individually. Just give us some time and it'll be updated on the website. We've got a great collection as well on the mix and match sentiment stamps, the collection with 94 elements. You've seen Craig using these in some of his demos today. Let's take a closer look at them. First of all, we're going for happy birthday to ya. Again, great for any birthday, basically. That could be yours today. You've got all the different happy birthdays there, different fonts, different styles. That is going to be used time and time again. We're going for a thank you. Thank you for being a stamp. All different fonts and all different styles there. I love this one across the bottom. How many times are you going to use these within your crafty creations then, just for you? There we are again. You see what it is. Different fonts which are perfect to fill your stamp collection up. You're going to use something so much every single time, thinking of you. There again, all the different stamps, all different styles, perfect for whatever you need. You know, you may need different styles for different cards and different makes. Also, special friend. There we are again, loving these fonts, all different styles, and happy anniversary. Again, different styles, different fonts, $31.47, $35, $59, or that incredible platinum price, $25.18, $28.47. It is a launch day, launching our brand new 3D embossing folders. Loads of you loving these, loads of you loving Craig's demos. Marilyn, save this class, it's a good one. Don't forget you can save all our shows to YouTube to your own personal playlist. Come back and watch us as many times as you wish. Simple but effective, says Rosalind on the socials. Lisa, my entire folder collection arrived yesterday. Lots of love for these folders. And Mary Pat is going to have an obsession with embossing folders, so I'll see all these in my future. Listen, at that price, you're going to love these because not only are they embossing folders, they're 3D embossing folders and they're different sizes. You've got your 6x6, you've got your tall slim cards, you've got your A5 and your A6. Starting here with your A5, you know, perfect size for you. Again, entangled roses. It's a great collection and a great design. The embossing folders have been designed to bring the most out of your cards. We've also got this as well, the Exquisite Blooms, another great collection, that bigger, larger card, perfect, your A6 cards, A5 cards, there we are, I'm learning with papers, perfect for that as well. You've also got the Luscious Lilies, a 6x6 embossing folder. I love the different styles and different designs. And then you've also got the Elegant Flourish, again, one of those tall, thin embossing folders. You're getting within the bundle 3 of each size as well within this collection. So you've also got the Swirling Lace. You've got Classic Lace. You've also got the Lovely Lace. Oh, it is lovely. You've also got the Embellished Lace. We have Intricate Filigree. We've also got Elegant Swirls. I've never said elegant as much, but I love it. Fancy Floral Wreath. I mean, you did them in red. You've got a Christmas poinsettia, I think, a Christmassy wreath. And you've also got an elegant frame as well, trio. Very important, the trio. That is yours today for $53, $49, $70, $95. Remember, you can buy them individually, and if we've got a great saving, you spend over £40, $40, you're going to get a saving of over 10%. Alison's asked a question, Craig. Quick question. What is Crafter's Companion Ultra Smooth cardstock good for using with? Meaning types of inks and markers. So what's the best inks to use for that smooth stamping card?
The white, the white smooth stamping card, we use it as our card basis. It's really good, it's really tough, it's really sturdy. You could be using it for your stamping onto. So things like your layered stamps, you know, where you put one layer, you stamp a second, you stamp a third. It's good for those sort of ones. It is good for if you run out of Nina. So we would always suggest that you colour with your alcohol markers onto Nina cardstock. If you run out and you're waiting on your delivery coming, you can, as a substitute, use the white smooth stamping card. You'll still get a lovely result. You're just better with the Nina cardstock. It really is good for an all-rounder.
Yeah.
The only thing I wouldn't do is my watercolours onto it.
Yeah.
To do with the fibres in it, it's not really suitable for that. So anything water-based, I wouldn't do. But if you wanted to do your embossing, like lots of my elements so far, okay, my first demo was with watercolour card. My next one that I'd just done a moment ago was with white smooth card. So yeah, anything if you want to do embossing, heat embossing, anything like that, it's really good for, it's a good staple cardstock, I would say, for sure.
Perfect.
So,
hope that answers your questions. Remember, if you've got any questions that you want answering or anything you'd like to ask us in the show, just say hello. Remember, you can comment below, YouTube or Facebook, get your comments and questions below, and we'll try our very best to get them answered for you during the show. Right, Craig, what are we going to do next?
Let's have a look at the embellished lace. So this is like a really lovely slimline embossing folder. So to be precise, it is 3.25 inches by 8.25 inches. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. Now on this side here, which is the deboss side, so all of the detail is in the embossing folder, it's pushed in. I'm going to come along with my Spring Meadow, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and coat my embossing folder with the ink. So I've got it flat and I'm going round in circles.
Yep.
If you want to have bits of texture, you know, you could go in, you can dab onto it if you want. But the key thing is we're wanting to get ink all over that folder. So give it a really good coverage. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just with my finger and along the top. I don't want any on the emboss side. So this side, the clean side, is the emboss side. So the detail is sitting upwards. So I want to just make sure that I take that away. Then I'm going to go in with some watercolour card here. And then I'm going to sandwich that in. Now I'm not going to be using any additional waters or that on this one. So what I'm doing here, you could do with your white smooth stamping card. The reason I've gone in with the watercolour card is it's quite texturous, gives you sort of a linen effect. So your watercolour card is also good as a substitute cardstock for you to use in your crafting.
Yep.
So if you're not wanting that crisp, clean, smooth effect like your white smooth stamping card would give you, I would then swap over to my watercolour card as a card base or a layer. But if I remove this one, and then wait until you see this. I love this effect when you ink on the backdrop. If I lift this up, look at that.
That's awesome.
So all the ink has layered up onto the flat surface.
Yeah.
And then because the other side, that's the embossed detail, what it does is because it pushes it up, pushes the detail up, but because there's no ink on that part of the folder, therefore all the raised embossed detail stays white, and then your ink in the background layer is transferred onto your cardstock. So glorious. It gives you sort of such like a parchment sort of look to it, you know, and it looks so elegant. To clean your folder, a wet wipe or a microfiber cloth or a damp cloth, give it a bit of a wipe. Some colours, for instance, your things like your fuchsia and that may stain your folder slightly, but as long as you've got all that colour off and it's dry, it will not affect any future colouring. It's not going to taint any other cardstock. So again, if it does sort of stain your folder, don't worry about it. It's not going to do any harm or damage. So then what we can do is I'm going to come in with a piece of the blue, which is from the Blush and Blue collection as well. And what I'm going to do, sorry, it's from the Paisley Peril actually. Just check my quick, shoddy handwritten note at the side of me here. And we're going to go in. Do you ever do that? You write a quick note and it looks so messy, but you think, oh, remember what I've wrote there. And then it comes near the time and you're like, what did I write there? What did I write? So my cardstock is 3 by 8 inches, and this gorgeous pearlescent blue is a 3 1/4 by 8 1/4, and it's a nice substitute from black. You know, maybe you don't always want a black, so your dark navies is good, or your dark greys is a good one.
Yeah.
And then what I've done, white smooth stamping cardstock, I've cut a layer to 3 1/2 inches by 9 inches, and I've taken my crocodile and I've popped a little hole at the top at the center point. And then I've also got some navy blue satin ribbon. So what I'm going to do, roughly halfway, I'm not overly concerned if it's exact or not, I'm going to wrap that around here.
Lovely.
I'm going to wrap that in there. Now let me take my fabric scissors, if I can find them. Nope, right, I'm going to have to take my normal ones and snip that off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my adhesive onto the top. So popping it all the way around, we're going to come in. That can sit onto our tag. Press that on. I'm going to take this remaining bit here. I'm going to pop that one through. So if I take my pokey tool that I've got here as well, and all I'm going to do is feed that one through. I like to do it from the front through to the back.
Yeah.
Because then what I can do, I can then pull it forward, and then I can tuck that one through.
Nice.
So we get more of that sort of cluster at the top. I'm going to cut at an angle. As we all know, I don't really like the V's in the fabric. I prefer just at an angle. And then what I've already done on a piece of white smooth stamping card, I've stamped out special friend from our sentiment. I've popped a couple of foam pads on. That can go there. And then I've run this folder through again onto white cardstock. And then what I've done is I've done a little bit of fussy cutting.
Yep.
Popped a gem in the middle. And then that can go there. I can add a little bit of adhesive on this leaf. That can tuck in there. Now you've got a lovely book tag, bookmark or a tag that you can then be given to someone that you love for part of a birthday present, or maybe you've bought them a book, maybe, you know, I know Father's Day is not till June, but you can then colour coordinate it to what your dad, your granddad, your stepdad, your uncle, whoever it is that is important in your life, is matches them, that the colour that they like.
Absolutely. Janice loves that folder. She's told us, and guys, it's that great deal. Remember, $53.49, $70.95. All different prices on the website individually, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. Remember, you spend over £40, you're going to get a 10% saving whatever you add into your basket. But if you're loving, listen, you're spending £40, you might as well go to $53.49 because you're going to get the entire bundle and save yourself over 30%, at 25%, should I say. Also, talking of giving stuff away, gilding waxes. There's 5 here. You're paying for 4, you're getting 1 for free. Again, you've seen our lovely Craig using the gilding waxes today and how great they are. 30 millilitres in each one, $47.96, $67.96. We're paying for 4, we're getting 1 for free. You've got different colours within here. You've got the wonderful, that's the King Gold there. You've also got the wonderful antique gold. You've also got silver. You've got the Empire Gold, and the one we're chucking in for free is the wonderful bronze. That is there for you on that price at $47.96, $67.96. We've also got some wonderful sparkle pens. Again, you've seen our wonderful Craig using these today. You've seen what they can add to your creations, whatever they may be used for. Different colours, the different sets of families. $49.99, $64.99. Within that collection, you've got the essentials. Now, that's what our Craig used on that first demonstration, where you love that like sunset-y-esque with the water bleaching. You've got the antique vintage. You've also got earthy naturals, tint and tone, and then we're chucking in the clear overlays absolutely free. You're saving yourself 20% on this. Those clear overlays can be used in so many different ways, different colours, and that brilliant platinum price, $39.99, $51.99. Also, we've also got some great get it good deals. Get it good. We bring every week. We got it good. You've got your brilliant. How am I talking? Your brilliant Spectrum Noir Flip Market collection, the Metallica collection. Yeah, Metallica. There it is, the Spectrum Noir Flip Marker collection. You're paying for 1, you're getting 1 half price. You've got the 2 different sets. You've got the Cosmic Wonder and the Natural Wonder as well. £22.48, $29.95, and that incredible platinum price in Club Inspire, £17.98, $23.96. Let's remember, if you are Club Inspire, we give you on everything. Brand new launches, get it good deals, cartloads, everything. Don't forget cartloads as well tonight. Wonderful Craig's going to be back here at 7 p.m. at UK, at 2 p.m. East Coast with the wonderful Joe. They're going to be back in the building in a bit. They're going to be back in a bit. But for now, we are looking at the wonderful embossing folders. What are you looking at that for?
Do you want to know something?
Go on.
It's this damned if I do and damned if I don't. There is a foil press mystery bag on Cartload, and I'm scared that it's going to sell out before the show, but I'm scared not to tell you and you're going to miss out. There's literally, a couple of handfuls left already. We've not even got to the show, of course. You guys have spotted it on the website. So I know potentially me saying this might sell it out before the show, but then if you're watching, I'd hate for you to wait until the show and then you miss out. So if you do, or you can go ahead and shop the show, you know, it pays to be watching all day on Crafters TV, where we can give you a heads up, but there's not many left with the foil press mystery bag. And I believe, I did say within Craft Chat and Create, I was going to speak to Johnny and see potentially demo with the foil press on the show. What do you think? Yeah, yeah. There you go. But that's later on in the day on Cartload.
Absolutely. Talking of things selling, these are currently at 30% of the stock has gone. I'm not surprised. I ain't surprised with these. You've seen this brand new collection relaunched today, and already 30%. The big 3-0 has gone. 30% of the stock has. Craig probably chuckled with his hair. It just caught my eyes because he probably did like a Johnny Travolta and went, phew. Yeah, your hair does look long.
That's what I was just thinking as well. It looks really quite long, doesn't it?
Like Tintin.
Ponytail.
Oh no, never put a ponytail, please. I am begging you now. $53.49, $70.95. Guys, remember, you can buy it individually. Embossing folders, different sizes as well. You've got the A6, the A5, the long, thin one, 6x6. Craig over there, who's put his fingers in plug sockets over there. June's asking, is there a certain reason you don't like putting V's in your ribbons, or is it just your aesthetics and prefer it that way?
I just don't like the look of it.
Yeah.
Pure and simple. I don't like the look of it. I like the angle of the ribbons. You know, I don't really like seeing the little V's. Personal preference.
Absolutely. There you are. Guys, loads of love for this collection. Linny's Joan is saying, I'm back. Shaving foam done and tidied away. Either you've had a shave or you've been doing some crafting. I'm hoping it's the crafting.
I'm going to say the latter.
Yeah, I'm hoping the latter. Loving the demos of these folders. So many options. And that is right what Linny's saying. There is so many options with embossing. Because we think of embossing, we think you put it through. Actually, when you start embossing, it just takes your creations to that next level, doesn't it, Craig?
Of course it does. Do you know what? Back in the day, your form of embossing would be just lines, and then you would go in with your ball tool and you would go, right, if you were lucky, you would get maybe kind of like a little corner curve, you'd maybe get a couple of detail embellishments such as butterflies, dragonflies, and you still get them, for instance, our Ultimate Pro and that, but this is just taking you far and beyond. It's giving you that ability to make really quick, really fast, really elegant cards, but it's going to give you that wow factor. If any product out there gives you the wow factor, it's embossing folders. Because if you're not a crafter, or they're not a crafter, they're not going to realise how you've done it. They think that you've gone and taken that time to potentially hand emboss it. Pop a sentiment on, similar to what we're going to do in a moment with a butterfly, and that's all you need to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick with the 8 1/4 by 3 1/4 embossing folders, and we're going to use the Elegant Frame Trio for this one here. And this is where you've got your 3 compartments. I say compartments, it's your lovely little circles with an aperture within the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our cardstock on this one here, and then we're going to come along and we're going to do a little bit of sanding. So whether it's fine sandpaper or like a sanding block or something that you've got. And sanding works well with our... no, Johnny, I don't have a sanding machine in with me. Hold on a minute while I go and bring my sanding machine in. No, my tool belt and everything. Actually, my tool belt will be going on this weekend.
Why?
I want to eventually... Well, it's not really DIY. No, not for a profile picture.
Young man.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah. Painting my bathroom. Painting my bathroom because I've had the paint for months and months and months, and it's that, you know, that job that you keep putting off. I hate painting. But I need to just. I've not decorated my bedroom. I've not decorated my bathroom since I moved in. Doesn't need it doesn't need done. It's brand new, but just decorate the walls.
What colour?
Like a very light sort of duck egg blue. I don't know if I'm going to do all the walls, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the range, maybe IKEA, and get 12, but I love IKEA and I love the range. It's all about the range. 12 by 12 box frames, and then maybe I'm going to put 3 in my bathroom, and maybe take something like, I'm not sure if I'm going to go for 3 images from the Masquerade Ball collection, or maybe one of the other ones in the bathroom. So you're going to have that really pale baby blue sort of, it's more like a pale baby blue, and then just that hit of design when it comes from maybe some like Masquerade Ball or something. That's my thinking. That's my thinking.
There you are. Lily's confirmed, oh Joel, that was funny. Defo crafting with a shaving foam, having a Spectrum Noir afternoon and playing with lots of mediums. I'm more an extra large, if I'm honest.
Oh yeah?
Double XL, I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm extra small, sorry.
All right, Greg.
Well, not lately. Lately I've been like a small.
I've got to that point in my life where I have to go to them shops where you walk in and you go, oh, I'm skinny in this shop.
Yeah.
Like Jacobon. You know, you're walking and you go, I'm one of the skinniest.
Do you want to know something?
Are you in Gap Kid?
Close. If I do, we talked about it last week. I will. I love Primark. I'll go to Primark. But if I want to go
where?
Primark,
Right.
River Island is my luxury store. But if I go past River Island, if I go past Next, anything like that, I'll always check out the kids section too, because that 14 to 16 range, and a lot of times actually fits me. And you get it for like half the price.
I could wear one of them t-shirts as a
More
leg
t-shirts
warmer.
and tops, not really like trousers or shoes or that, but it's like, hey, save a few bob. Why not? If
I'm
it
a
fits,
Jack
it
Wills
fits.
man. I'm a Jack Wills man. This is my Jack Wills top.
Jack Wills.
Yeah. Great little collection. Love it. Anyway, in case you want to send us gifts, you know, we're here. Rennie on Facebook.
I tried that. River Island didn't pick up on my Instagrams.
Jack Wills is all over where. Rennie on Facebook. I love the 3D embossing folders. Talk to my hubby into buying them for my birthday and Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Since they are a day apart. Yay! Happy birthday to me. Ooh, that's
Love
exciting.
it.
Nothing says romance like embossing folders.
Doesn't indeed. Now what I've done there, George,
Yes.
is just lightly, I've gone and taken that top layer of the cardstock off.
Yeah.
Didn't want to go any more heavy-handed, because what I'm also going to do is I'm then going to go in with the King Gold. And the reason I've done this, you don't have to, but what it does is, because it now gives me a white layer, it's going to give me a slightly different gilded wax look. But it's very fibrous now because I've sanded it back. So we're going to get a slight bit of textured feel and look to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my finger again. And all that I'm going to do is work my way round. And I'm paying extra attention onto these corners and these little panels, because I want to be a little bit more heavy-handed when it comes to them. Remember, you can always add, but you certainly can't take off when it comes to gilding wax. There's no way to hide having too much. There's no way, there's nothing that you can then calm it down, so to speak. Once it's on, it is on. So always do little and then add. So I'm going round, and it's the detail within the circle, and then all these little swirls and that are in that circle form. But see how circle and straight lines work well together. You know, it's one of those things you don't always think certain shapes would work together. Circles, straight lines, totally different. Are they going to work? No, until you see it, and they're like, actually, it really does.
Loads of people are now raiding their husbands' toolboxes. I'm not saying that you don't have toolboxes, ladies or gentlemen, but Carol Black, I need to raid the hubby's toolbox. I'm just saying a lot of people are now looking in other people's toolboxes to find sandpaper. But sandpaper is pretty cheap as well, isn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah.
From stores.
I got that from, here in the UK, I got it from Home Bargains. It was like a block of 3.
Yeah.
What I've also got, and I got out of, I want to say Poundland, and it was a pack of 10 sheets of sanding paper, and there was different, not strengths, different
grains.
What I would suggest is go for a very light sandpaper. Yeah. You don't want one too grainy. That's just going to absolutely rip your cardstock to bits.
Like paper 350.
Yes.
The biggest coarse, the most coarse sandpaper, the thickest.
Yeah, absolutely. Check you out, Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen. That's a Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen design as well, what you're doing.
It is actually, isn't it? It is. You imagine that in a little rectangle box frame.
Yeah.
You absolutely could. But working my way around, again, being more precious when it comes to the corners as well as these little accents, and that being the King Gold. You might want to use Antique Gold, one of the other ones. But we can see, so if I lift up from up above, that you can see, got that texture. See what I mean by you get a slightly different look where you've sanded back, and instead of the wax going onto the pearlescent card, your wax is going onto a plain white fibrous layer, so you get a different look when it comes to that one.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what, let's just show you the one that I've got here where I went a little bit more lighter. So you can see if you go lighter, you get one look. If you go a lot heavier handed, you get this look. So what I'm going to do is let's use the one that I've just done. And then, so I cut that to 3 1/4 by 8. So what I always do first, when I'm cutting down, George, I always follow the embossed outline that you get.
Yeah.
So I always follow that to start with. That gives me the true size that it's meant to be. Then I come along and then I trim down. So working my way in. So I said 3 1/4, didn't I? Which is pretty much bang on. And then 8 inches, I said, for this one, didn't I?
Extenders out, you know it's getting serious.
Need that's it, extenders out. Trim it down to 8 inches. There we go. So we've now got our design. You could as well die cut little circles if you wanted to. You could be doing that. What I would do, I would die cut first before embossing. If I was to run that through now with my dies, I would squash some of the detail. So what I would do is, for example, I don't know what I've done with my folder. Oh, here it is. So I would take my cardstock. So this is going to be my card blank. But then what I would do is I would layer my dies first, get them into position using this as a guide, tape them down, run them through and die cut them. You've got them in the right position, remove the dies, then pop it back on and then run it through. So I would always do the die cutting first, then do the embossing so that you don't squash it. And then what I'm going to do, George, is I'm going to stick this onto my black card blank, 3 1/2 inches by 8 1/4. Then we launched the Gemini mini dies the other day.
Oh, love them.
Gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a great show, that.
So rose gold Centura Pearl, rose gold glitter card. So I've done 4 butterflies, so we can layer one on top of one on top of the other, and then I'm going to pop my sentiment in the middle here, and I've even got the little bodies that we can stick back in as well, and then that can go into my card.
Perfect. Didn't we say those mini dies we're going to be using every project?
I did, yeah, we did. Both of us did, didn't we?
We said they're going to be used every single day. Guys, if you are wondering what we're talking about, going, what are you talking about? Head to YouTube, you can watch back our shows, search Launch Day with myself and the wonderful Craig. Type in mini dies, you can see that brand new show that we did the other day. Don't forget, all our shows are available to watch back on YouTube or Facebook at any time you wish. If you head onto YouTube and create your own profile, put a nice little fancy profile picture and give yourself a nice little fancy name. And then you can, I don't know why I'm Australian.
I was waiting to say the Australian came out there, mate.
That was, wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. What am I talking about?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
YouTube. You can create your own playlist, create your own show, not create your own shows, create your own shows that you want to watch. I mean, create your own shows. We'd love to see you.
Stand at a desk and pretend that you're one of us.
That's what I do.
Is that how you practice?
Yeah, I just get past the security guard. Just get past him, Big John on security. He's always here. Just say, hi, I'm here. And he goes, oh, it's that guy. And he's from Australia. Not really. I'm joking. There's no security. There is security cameras, though. You know, you can't, you know, it's safe. It's safe.
Keep digging, George. Keep digging.
One day, someone's going to walk in the studio. There's going to be like the old-fashioned hooks, you know, like the old-fashioned cartoons where they just go whoosh, and pull you off.
The hooks just takes, whisks you away.
I'm just here. I have fun. They just feel sorry for me. That's why they let me in. They see me shivering outside in the cold and go, oh, bring him in.
Oh, what I'll do.
I like these butterflies going the opposite directions.
They're nice, aren't they? Do that. That's a really good point there, George. If you're popping butterflies on, you know, if you want to have them all in the same direction, you do it. You know, there's no rules or that. All that we can do here is give you little tips and advice.
Absolutely. And
if you follow them, like many of you do, brilliant. If not, do you know what? Gives you the idea and inspiration and hopefully a bit of a laugh. But if anything, if you do put things like your butterflies, dragonflies, anything like that, whether if you're doing 2 of them like I'm doing here, have them in opposite direction. If you were doing 3, what I would do for argument's sake, that's facing to the left, the next one would face to the right, the next one would face to the left, so alternate them so you get that look. But if you want to have them all, maybe you want to have them all up and down the way you can, facing the one way you can, up to you. Like you say, we're only here to give you ideas and you can take them and run with them as much as you want.
There you are. Loads of you getting in touch in this, loads of you loving this. Gilmore, what a wonderful design, Craig. And the lovely Mary Pat on YouTube. Oh, Craig, this is absolutely beautiful. It is indeed. And Eve B, oh my goodness, been watching while my patient was on the table. Finally, sorry, what? Oh my goodness, been watching while my patient was on the table. Finally free to say these are wonderful makes. Save the shows and have to try these techniques. Right.
Hope they're not a surgeon.
Literally, we need to find... Eve B, are you on about, like, patient? Are we on about... Are you a nurse, a doctor, or a vet, or... I need to know... You need to tell me more. Have you been watching as well? We need to find out, Eve. Right, talking of great things, look at this.
Look at that one. So a sentiment from the happy birthday, in with the middle, that's our stitched edge circle dies onto our white cardstock, a little bit of gilding wax around the centre, and in the rose gold as well, Centura Pearl. But really, really simple there. But then what you could have done, look how different that would be if I'd done that on white cardstock, and the letterpress technique I'd done with the bookmark, if I'd done that, but in this style, but with bright butterflies, it would look completely different. Trial and error, well, it's not even an error, it's just playing away with your crafty goodies and see what you can come up with.
Absolutely. Loads of you getting this stock update. Producer Johnny? Third of the stock. Third of the stock has gone. Not much is remaining, guys. If you're waiting to get these embossing folders launched today, these 3D brand new today, then you need to get these into your basket today. Caroline French, I've just ordered the foil pressed mystery bag without knowing what was in it. It's like the idea of a mystery bag lives on. You don't know what's in it. That's later on in Cartload this evening at 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast with Craig and Joe. Guys, loads of you have got these in your baskets and you've not checked out yet. I would hate for you to be the guys who miss out on this. I'll tell you what, have a breather. We'll see you on the other side of this.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafter's Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to Crafters TV. It's launch day brought to you by Crafters Companion. My name's George Akid and we just have under 40 minutes left. It's a brand new launch day with these with these beautiful 3D embossing folders. We've also got some great deals for you in the show, including the sentiment stamp collection. Again, a perfect collection for everyday use. Many stamps for many occasions in different fonts. It's as simple as that. 94 elements. You're loving it because you're just seeing the variety of what you're getting. Every time, we release some great stamps out for occasions, but you just need it in that different font to make it fit with your design. Well, this is going to be the perfect set for you. We've got Happy Birthday. We've got Thank You. You've also got... I can't get it out with my big fingers. Just for you. I've got sausage fingers. Yeah, just for you. Thinking of You. We've also got Special Friend. Happy Anniversary. And also Good Luck. A great collection there, perfect for many different designs that you may be doing within your crafty collection. Brilliant collection of 94 stamps and a huge saving of how many? It's about 60-70% that on that. It's ridiculous. $31.47, $35.59, saving yourself 70%. The big 7-0, $25.18, $28.47. But we are launching this brand new 3D embossing folder collection. 12 different designs, different sizes, 4 different sizes within these embossing folders. You're getting the 6x6, you're getting the A5 size, A6 size, and that lovely tall, thin size as well. 3 different sizes of 12 different designs. $53, $49, $70.95. Only launched this morning, and already we're giving you that 25% off. Why? Because we love you. And you also got that Club Inspire Platinum price as well. $42.79, $56.76. Head to the website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. You can see the full range. And also remember, you can buy them individually. If you spend over $40, you're going to get an extra 10% off. Here in the UK, $53.49 for the full set. If you're getting into your basket and it's all about £45, £50, come on, you might as well go for the full bundle because you're going to get a great saving on that. Craig, you've got some brilliant examples over there, haven't you?
Yeah, indeed. Let's show you some more of what we didn't show you earlier on. So this is where we've done something similar, where we've ran it through our embossing folder and then gone round with our inks that we can see here. And this one, what we've done here, Bianca done it this one. Instead of going over with gilding wax at the end, gone over with some of the ink, so that's just making it stand out proud that we can see here. Look at this one here, craft card. This is absolutely glorious. Another one Bianca done here. So onto craft card and then adding some colouring. Absolutely spectacular. So it goes to show, yes, your white cardstock, but then coming along with your craft card or black card looks lovely. So we've got this one here where we've gone and kept it all simple. In actual fact, if you see them all, they're all kept really simple. No extra detail when it comes to embellishments or anything like that. All you need is a sentiment, because the embossing design does all the shouting for you.
Yeah.
If you want to come on with ribbons and bows and gems and pearls and bling, you can do, that's up to you. But you can see that by one pass, a little bit of colour with the sentiment, that's all that you need. So if you really do need a very, very quick card, can you imagine what the recipient would be like, what they would say when they see the card, and they might even know, sometimes it's a bit of a telltale sign, like, yeah, you've just made that, but they'd be like, wow, you've literally just made that in minutes. Or your friend comes around, your neighbour comes around and says, oh, have you got any you've not got any cards there just lying about, have you? Being able to go in, run it through, ink, card blank, sentiment on the front, Bob's your auntie, they would really, really be impressed with that one for sure.
Absolutely. A great collection. Mary Rena says a great collection, and awesome platinum price too. I was smelling the ink because I just wanted to see if Damson wine smelt of wine. It doesn't smell of wine. I was just curious. Guys, loads of you loving this brand new collection indeed. So a question for Craig. Sandra wants to know, how many boxes in your Calyx units now? I asked so I can have a better idea of what to aim for.
Oh gosh, now Ben counted them the other day when he was round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 53, 54. Yeah, about 53 or 54.
Didn't imagine you needed a dockyard.
No, I know. Okay, didn't need to do a horn at the end there.
Queen.
So, you know, Johnny, you know my Kallax units from IKEA?
Yeah.
The storage box inside them?
That horn that you heard was the wagon with Craig's delivery of his next 155 Kallax boxes being delivered to the studios. So yeah, get them while you can. Great collection here today on the 3D frame embossing files, that 12p collection. They are brilliant, $53.49, $70.95. And remember, buy them individually if you wish. You get that great deal in £40, $40, and you're saving yourself 10%. We did have some technical problems earlier where they weren't all listed individually. Do you know what? We fixed it. Johnny's got a word. He said, hey, listen, they can't find them, sort it. They've sorted it. Everyone's terrified of Johnny. They don't mess around with Johnny. So this could be yours if you're buying it today. What are you going to show us next, Craig?
So we're going to do a little bit of watercolouring with our water reactive inks in our embossing folder. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go in with the fancy floral wreath here. I think this one's so elegant with that. You know, you could colour them whichever way that you want. If you do want to run them through again and fussy cut like I done earlier on, you can do. But within this one here, this one is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch embossing folder. And what I'm going to do, I am, believe it or not, I'm using smooth stamping card for this. Even though I'm going to do watercolouring, the reason I'm doing it is because the actual background as itself, I want it to be smooth. I don't want a textured look. And I'm not actually going to be fully dosing the cardstock with water and ink. I'm just going to be putting a light layer of colour over the top. You know, it's not as if I'm wanting to really get into detail with the colour as well as my water brush.
Yeah.
So I'm more than happy. Pop a layer of colour on my stamping card and it's going to be enough to sit. But if you do want to go to town on the colouring you do, you could use your watercolour card. So we've got our 3D embossed detail that you can see here. Now this one on a piece of very light background, grey background card onto a card blank, that's all with a sentiment, looks elegant. So what I'm going to do is I've got fuchsia, green topaz, I've got orange, I've got damson wine, and I've got spring meadow. So what I'm going to do is onto my glass mat, I'm going to add a little bit of each colour. So dabbing it on, you could be using your craft mat if you want to, or a dinner plate, or something that's a non-porous surface. You might have a little painter's palette if you want to use that, a laminated sheet, piece of acetate if you want to, X-packaging, anything like that. And then what I'm going to do is I've got our water brush. In actual fact, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go to my clear sparkle overlay. So when I add this colour here, we're going to get a bit of sparkle to it at the same time. So I'm going to go first in with my fuchsia. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to watercolour over the top. And that's what I meant by I wasn't going really deep with the colour. All that I was wanting to do is get that layer of colour. So I'm not actually saturating my cardstock with water or sparkle ink. It really is only to get the colour onto the embossed detail. And then the inner and the outer, I'm left with a lovely smooth effect. So working our way around. You could have a play with the colour tones that you use. You know, if you do this with some blues, with some of your glossy highlights, this would be good for a winter's card.
Yeah.
But then come along with your autumn colours. You could be using it for your autumn. Colours I'm using would be good for spring or summer, or you can really go with your brights for the summertime if you want to. You've got that option. So going in with the actual florals, so the little flower heads going in with the fuchsia. This is where, if I was to use watercolour card, I could then come in with maybe at this point damson wine at the base and start to blend them out. So anything blending wise, that's when I would go in with my watercolour card.
Yeah.
But once again, because I'm only laying the colour down, my stamping card is more than adequate. We're going in, and I'm not being overly neat. All that I'm doing is getting that colour onto the embossed detail. So we can do this one here. So going in, and then what I could then do, I'm going to take a little bit of that excess colour off. I'm going to go in with the orange, and then I'm going to colour that in there. Another one into there.
Lovely.
And with it being my sparkle pen, we're going to get that lovely glistening shine once it dries. Take a little bit of that colour off. Going to now go in with the green topaz. And then what I can do is highlight some of the leaves all the way round. So picking up the detail, choosing what area I want. And by doing this technique, it's a really nice, calming technique to do. And depending on what you do, it's a time-consuming technique, which sometimes we do want a project or a technique that's quite time-consuming, so you can take your time, you can relax, your mind just goes into a world of its own, and you forget about whatever you need to forget about for half an hour, for however long you choose to do it.
Yep.
But we're going in to here. And all that I'm doing is following the emboss detail. So we can go into these bits, into these ones here, pick up a little bit more, going into here. Let me just get some of that sparkle flowing again, picking it up. If you want to do the blending, the shading, you can do, but going into there. Then let's go in with our berries and going in with the damson wine, and then I'm going to pick them ones out that we can see here. What I would be inclined to do, although I've not done it on my finished sample, I actually never thought at the time, but the berries, because I've gone in with the sparkle and I've gone in with the damson wine, what I would want to do is come in with my glossy highlights afterwards and do tiny little drops, and then that's going to give you that three-dimensional look and feel. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the spring meadow now. I want to make sure I take that colour off, otherwise I'm going to start to get a browny colour, which I don't want. However, for this sort of thing, it wouldn't be out of place if it happened. Could be the branches or the twigs, but then following them along. And it's so, so calming to do, George.
Well, that's it, isn't it? We all got our things that we love to do, but again, I know loads of crafters love their colouring. Don't forget Colour Me Happy shows, Sundays, here on Crafters TV. But again, what a great little collection. And like you said, you know, I think embossing sometimes can be sort of just looked over a little bit, like a bit like stenciling, but I think with you, there's so much you can do with it. It's such a different kind of, well, you know, multi-crafting with the gilding wax, with the inks, with the stamps, all sorts that you can do with these, and at a reasonable price as well. And everyone is going to be different. That's the best thing. And people are going to think that you've, like you were saying earlier about making a quick card for somebody, nobody needs to know how quick this is. You know, like you can make something look so effective with something really simple. One pass through your Gemini machine, and this is what you're going to end up with. And like you said, you can spend 2 minutes on it, quickly emboss, little sentiment, bish bash bosh, or you can take your time with it on something like this. I mean, even look good in people's houses, like you were saying about using the masquerade ball papers.
Absolutely.
This would look perfect if you do it to colours to match your bathroom, if you're using duck egg blue or whatever colours you've got your room in, you could do it to complement that.
Well, you're right there, because what would happen is initially you might think, oh gosh, I wouldn't do this and then put it onto something like masquerade ball. But you could have a frame with a sheet of your background card from masquerade ball, so you're getting that full force loud design all the way around, and then in the middle you're getting your lovely soft palette of your embossed detail with your colours, with maybe a sentiment in there, or again beforehand what you could do is die cut a circle or a square, whatever it is you want to do, and then that could be a frame or something like that, and that can sit nicely and proudly in the middle of something that's really quite bold, like a masquerade ball background cardstock or paper, and it would actually work. And it's in some ways complementing each other. In some ways it's as if they're fighting with each other, but it works. You know, they're play fighting with each other. That's a good way to put it. They're play fighting with each other, and then they come together at the end. So carrying on, so I'll just do a little bit more, and then I'll bring in the one that I've got finished. And what I've done with the one that I've finished, I've gone round the edge very lightly with the damson wine, and in actual fact I will do it on this one here.
Yeah, nice.
And then the sentiment I've gone for is Just For You, which is from the set that you were showing not that long ago.
Set.
It is such a really, really handy set to have. If there was any sentiment sets that we do, stamp-wise, that I would suggest you get, it was these ones.
Yeah.
Because you have your different sentiments, you have your different fonts, you've got your different sizes, which is always handy.
Yeah.
So do consider it if you've not got them. But if I come into that one, I would of course do all of that one, George. But if I come in with my, let's go in with my damson wine, and very lightly, what I would do is go around all 4 edges, just so it just touches it, just kisses it on the edges. Then what we can do is we'll be left with this one.
Love it.
So you see how that comes together?
Yeah.
What I've done with this one is I went in and I've put my damson wine on my glass mat. I've gone and really saturated it with water. Then what I've done is very light flickers. Very, very lightly. And then that's what's given me that speckled effect that we can just see no more in the background. So that's our topper. And as we always say as well, we don't have time to use up this excess ink, but you would come along with your spritz tool, watercolour card, and start to create your own backdrop by using this excess ink. Lots and lots of techniques across on our YouTube where we've all done that on the team, so you can always check them out. Primarily, I would say on our Colour Me Happy shows. But I'm going to add this on to a piece of our, it must be lavender I've used. It's a bit too light for, sorry, a bit too dark for lilac.
Yeah.
So I've gone in. So in case anyone's wondering, that card layer, the white layer, is 5.5 by 5.5, and the lilac layer is 6 by 6. I've created my own stepper card here. That can sit into the middle. And then what I've already done, strip a white smooth stamping card. I've ran it through on its own, so I've got an embossed panel. Now either emboss the strip on its own or emboss a full strip and then die cut it afterwards or trim it afterwards. Again, we've gone in with a piece of, do you know something? This isn't either of those Centura Pearl. This is the purple from the Rainbow Pearl.
Ah, nice.
12 by 12. I thought it was a little bit too dark for even it being lavender, and that's why it's from my Rainbow Pearl.
A couple of questions for you, Craig.
Fire away.
Winnibeth on YouTube, is Crafter's Companion watercolour card cold press or hot press?
I could not tell you. You've stumped me on that one. To be honest with you, I've never even heard that question before. No, I've never even heard or known if it's watercolour cards cold or hot pressed. That's something we're going to have to find out. So this is where sometimes you lovely lot in the comments might know the answer and then you help out each other. If not, then that's something we will need to look into.
Yeah.
Because as I say, not only do I not know, I've never heard that question before.
I've never heard that question.
No.
Interesting one. We'll find out for you, Winnibeth. Scrap Paper says on YouTube, do you recommend wetting the paper at all before you emboss? Some people say it keeps the paper from creasing.
This is, personally, I don't think it makes a difference. No. I really don't. I can understand how some people think so, by wetting it makes it a little bit more pliable, but I've never had any issues with it cracking, with it creasing. I have tried it in the past a couple of times, and I've I've never noticed a difference. So do you know what? Try it yourself. If you think it makes a difference, brilliant, great.
Yeah.
If not, then at least you know that you've tried. But for me, very similar to heat embossing from the back. I don't think it makes any difference at all, so I always heat from the top. So as far as your question there, I don't think it makes a difference if you do sprit shear cardstock.
Perfect, there you are, another great design. Someone's just gone, is Craig going through these demos to try and do one with every folder? I wish we had the time.
Trying.
We wish we had the time. Let's do demo of the show while we're here. Again, another great collection, another great set of demos. Craig did do 7 the other day, I thought it might beat that record. Again, great collection of embossing folders. So let's have a look, Craig. What demos have you done for us in this show?
So let's get these ones lined up first of all. So we've done, what's that, 5 so far. We will get some kind of other demo in before we end, but here we go. So we've got the first one we've done here, so number 1.
Yep.
So we've got number 1. We've then got number 2, we've then got number 3, we've then got number 4, and then we've then got number 5.
Perfect.
So
1,
5.
2, 3, 4, and 5. About 5 minutes on that, guys, and you can find out which one the winner is shortly. Winnebeth's been back on. Basically, is it smooth card or rough, bumpy? That's what hot or cold press means.
Well, your watercolour card is texture. It's like a linen sort of feel, so it's not smooth like a smooth stamping card. It is a textured watercolour
There you
card.
are, never heard of hot cold.
Neither had I.
Perfect, there you are. Great deals for you as well, not only with the embossing folders, we've also got a Spectrum Noir water reactive 10 dies, ink pad, clay. It's there, basically. You can see it right there on the screen. It's all there for you. It's there for you. $39.99, $55. Let's take a closer look at the wonderful inks that you're getting. Damson Wine is in with this collection. No, it doesn't smell of wine. I've smelt it. I've not tasted it though. I'm not going to taste it for you. That's a step too far in my mind. Grasshopper, Frosty Jade. Ooh, she is as well. Fuchsia, Lagoon, Pale Fig, Spring Meadow, Green Topaz, Smoked Emerald, Orange. All within that collection, £39, $55, taking yourself about 20% on that. $31.20, $44. Sharon's been on, that's my mum's name as well, I can't even get that right. Sharon's been on. It's a technique for making paper. Hot press creates the paper using hot plates, rollers. Cold press does not use rollers. Well, we've learnt something there.
We have indeed, haven't we?
Thank you, there we go. So if it's hot press, it makes it... Oh, good you guys. Oh, yeah, that's pretty faces, I like you guys. Right, let's take another look at this wonderful collection. The brand new 3D embossing folders released only this morning. 25%... That's 25% off the price. Third of the stock has gone. Let's take a closer look at these brilliant embossing folders. Remember, all within different sizes, a 5, a 6 by 6 inches, and that brilliant tall slim card, just like me. Again, we're starting here first of all with the Entangled Roses, a great collection, so much detail within these embossing folders for you today. We've also got Exquisite Blooms. There it is for you. Again, one of those larger embossing folders. There we'll take you back to the 6 by 6, Luscious Lilies, and then a lovely tall slim card, Elegant Florals. Brilliant, they're the different sizes that you're getting within the different designs. You've also got Swirling Lace. We've also got Classic Lace. You've also got the Lovely Lace. Oh, she is as well. Embellished Lace. Again, I love this one, I think this is a beautiful card. Intricate Filigree. Elegant Swirls. And Fancy Floral Wreath, and finishing this collection off, the Elegant Frame Trio. Remember, you can buy them individually. You can get a great deal as well. Spend over $40, you're going to get a 10% off that. But remember, as well, if you are going for that, and you know, here in the UK, you spent over £40, you look at that price for the full set at £53.49, you're gonna get that great saving by getting all the bundle. And then platinum price as well, £42.79. I mean, it's just no brainer, is it really? You get that whole set of 12 embossing files, perfect for you. Right, we're looking for our demo of the day coming in, demo of the show. I think we've got time for another demo before we come to the end of our show. Just over 15 minutes left. Don't forget, Cartload is here at 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time, with the wonderful, this guy, you may have heard of him, called Craig. He's going to be here with a guy called Joe. He looks like me, but I don't have facial hair. That is coming up for you. Coming up for you in just over 2 hours. I don't know who should be more installers. Right then, Craig, what are you going to be finishing off with us on this show?
Right, let's finish off. Let's go back to the luscious lilies, and then let's go back to that letterpress technique where we press it through with the ink and we get that lovely white work look, because I love that, and we'll make it into an easel card. So we're going to go in with the fuchsia now. So again, I'm going on to the side that is debossed, so the image is actually going into the plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer that colour up. If you wanted to use something like a brayer or a blending tool or something like that, you can do, but you get just as good a coverage, if not better, by going direct with your ink pad. So giving it a good flow back and forwards, then tap it, and then what I want to do is make sure I get that excess ink just off the top here.
Yep.
Wipe that away. And then for this one, because I want that little bit of texture, I've gone for watercolour card again. And I've cut this to 5 by 5, so it's then going to emboss off the edges. Now you could have embossed, oh, look at that, you could have embossed a larger piece and then trim it afterwards,
yeah.
But I've just cut it to the size that I want, and then it just means that we're going to emboss edge to edge. Plastic and magnetic shim. We're going to feed this one through. That's going to give us a look. Now I've already got one of them already done because I need 2 layers, one for the top of the easel, one for in the base. So we can then remove this one. So if I then go and lift this one up,
yeah.
I mean, look at that.
Oh, mate, it's like,
look at that.
So simple, isn't it? It
really is.
But effective.
Absolutely glorious. And not a single lily there, all together.
All the single lilies, all the single lilies.
I'm surprised that hasn't cropped up in the last 2 hours with you, George.
What?
Like when you've been talking about the lily folders.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe you would come along with something about a single lily or...
Single, all the single lilies, yeah, there you are. All the single lilies.
All the single lilies.
Put your stems up.
Good one. Good one, I like that. So going in onto a bit of black card, which is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So here what I've done is I've done exactly the same, but with this one, notice towards the end what I've done is I dabbed my ink pad on the end. This one I've just created a nice flow, so really gently ran my ink pad over the top, plus this is smooth card. Beautiful. So you've got that textured within the middle there. This one is your nice smooth. So gently smooth the ink pad over the folder, plus the combination of smooth stamping card. That's the look that you get. So I'm going to go for this texturous look for the top layer. So this one is going to go on the top, as I say. And I've already created my easel using white smooth stamping card. And I made this to 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 inches. So you can see from up above, we've got our easel. So on this top layer, what I'm going to do is pop this one on here. So I'm going to press that on. Then in the middle, what I'm going to do, once again, I'm going to come along with another piece of black card, same size. And then we're going to go add these ones on. But if I show you, this is the deboss side, George.
Yeah,
I mean, look at that.
Isn't
it's gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? That's why we really say there's no right or wrong side, because that is absolutely incredible.
Could you reverse the technique?
Of course you could, yeah.
So you ink the emboss side and then that would be the inked bit.
Yeah, what would happen is if you were to ink the emboss side, what will happen, instead of this being white, it would be quite deep in the fuchsia colour because it's pushing the ink in. The only thing you'd need to watch for is your ink still catches the back layer of the embossing folder, so you would be ending up with patches throughout, but it can look quite smart. So again, give it a shot. It's not going to do your folder any damage. It may stain it depending on the colour. For instance, fuchsia is a little bit of a monkey for staining your folders and stencils and that. But as I say, as long as it's wiped clean, it'll do no damage whatsoever. Then what I've done, bit of black card, 5 1/4 by 2 inches, and I used my DL embossing folder, which was if I find it to the side, it was the Elegant Flourish. And what I've done is cut out just the bottom corner. So this one, I'm going to pop flat. That can be my stopper. So if I go round about there. And the reason I cut it from the corner, George, is because it gives me this open space here where there's no emboss. So I've gone in with the sentiment. Now this one and the next one I'm away to use isn't from the stamped sentiments that we've got on today's show, but you could be using any that you've got. So if I take my backing off, this is going to create my stopper. Alternatively, this black layer I could have put on foam pads and that would have been my stopper, 6 1/2 dozen. But then if I close this one, and then happy birthday to you, again from one of my other sentiment stamp sets, that can go on with some foam pads, and then we can then take them ones off, pop that one into the middle, and then there we go. We've got our lovely waterpress, letterpress technique that we've got here, creating an easel card. Yes, I had all the layers done, of course, but do you know something? It does not take long for you to make quite a spectacular card when it comes to these.
Absolutely. We've got a demo of the show, everybody.
Have we?
I've got a demo of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5 was the demo of the show. Yes, that was our demo of the show. Look at it. Ah. Will that be a demo of the day? Join Joe to find out between 7 and 9, 2 till 4 on the East Coast. That was good there. To find out. Right, loads of you in the show. We've got this great collection. Loads of you loving this already today. The Gilding Wax collection. You're paying for 4, you're getting 1 for free. 5 in total. You're getting 5 great colours. You're getting antique gold. You're getting that beautiful gold, silver, Renaissance gold, King gold, antique gold, so much for you as well. That's today yours, $47.96, $67.96. Remember, you're paying for 4, you're getting 1 free, and if you're Club Inspire Platinum, you're going to get an extra 20% off, £38.37 or $54.37. We've got pearl pads, 12 by 12, that brilliant collection. 4 different packs here with 84 sheets all together. You are getting the Paisley Pearl, Rainbow Pearl, Blush and Blue Pearl, and the Nature Garden Gnomes 12 by 12 pearl cardstock. 20% off here today for you, $65.99, $74.99. Remember, the Club Inspire Platinum price, $52.79, $59.99. All 300 GSM, apart from the Gnomes, which is 250 GSM for you. Then we've also got the mix and match set. We have got a brilliant collection of sentiment stamps with 94 different elements. You've got the happy birthdays, you've got the good luck, thank you, special friend, just for you, happy anniversary, and thinking of you. Brilliant different sentiments, all in those different fonts. $31.47, $35.59. Will that be yours today? And that brilliant 70% off. What a great collection. We've also got this for you as well. It's the Get It Got It Good deal. Yes, the Spectrum Noir Flip Marker Collection 12-pack. You have got some great collections of these metallic flip markers. You've got the Cosmic Wonders and you've got the Natural World. A great collection. You're paying for 1, you're getting 1 half price. £22.48, $29.95. Remember, your Club Inspire Platinum also works on this deal. £17.98, $23.96. Perfect for working on all those different services. Acetate, card, rock, wood. What will you be using your flip markers for? Giving that metallic feel to everything that you do. That incredible price. Remember, you've only got till Sunday to get that amazing deal, and then we'll bring you a brand new Get It Got It Good deal next Monday here on Crafters TV, the home of CCC, over on your YouTube or FB. Right. That's right, I'm a rapper. Guys, loads of you loving these folders. Gilmore, wow. hard to resist these folders, and Dana Glass, lovely show, great cards, Craig. But all being made possible by these brilliant embossing folders. Craig, there's just which one do you choose as your favourite? There's so many.
That's the thing. There's so many gorgeous ones, and it's all obviously the different sizes as well, which I don't think we've actually done a set of embossing folders in the past where there's different size folders. It's usually just 6x6, 5x7, whereas these you've got a variety. So let's go back and have a look at some of the finished samples we've already seen, but to give you some ideas, inspiration, and for you to screen grab any of the ones you want to replicate. So we've got our 6x6 ones that we can see here. So onto craft card with your ink in. Maybe you want to do a spot of watercolour in onto the craft card. Layering up with your water reactive as well as your gilding waxes. Heavy-handed as well when it comes to the colour tones that you're using from water reactive. You've got your panels that you've got here, so butterflies, or it could be flowers, it could be dragonflies, it could be anything like that. Maybe you want to leave them plain. You don't have to pop anything in them. But then you're going in and then you're pinpointing certain elements where you can start to watercolour, or you can then go in with your sparkle pens, or your aqua pens, or your classique pens, whichever ones you want. Don't forget you can be using things like your colour blend pencils, start to blend them out, create depth, create shape. Depth from your colour blend pencils on top of the 3D element really is going to make them stand out even more, if it's even possible.
Absolutely. Guys, loads of you checking these out, this basket. Johnny, what's our current stock on this? Approaching 40% of the stock has gone. Guys, if you're wanting to get this, today is the day. Those brand new 3D frame embossing folders, that 12-piece collection. Remember the 4 different sizes, should I say. You're getting the A5, you're getting the A6, you're getting the 6x6 sizes, and you're also getting those tall, slim sizes. All the different designs, all brand new today, and already that great price of $53.49, $70.95. Remember, Club Inspire Platinum, you're going to get that extra 20% off, $42.79, $56.76. Guys, what a great show it's been. Don't forget, this is not the end of the day here on Crafters TV. No. 2 hours time, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. over on the East Coast. 11 a.m. over on the West Coast. We have got Cartload, and it's going to be the lovely Joe and Craig. Craig, give us a sneak peek. What have you got coming up for us?
So I've already told you about the foil press. We've got in there lots of lovely goodies from the foil press. So we'll show you what we can use in the foil press as well. Maybe throw in a few techniques as well if we can. We've got some hunky-dory on there as well. We've got some really good items. We've actually got as well, off the top of my head, I want to say 10 best price yet. Wow. We've got on Cartload as well. So yeah, we've actually got a really good selection as well, incorporating the foil press as well as your hunky-dory. The other thing that we did manage to put on, which we never need to do, but it's on Cartload, if you love your foam pads, we've got them on Cartload as well. So a nice little selection to maybe pop up and pop into your basket as well.
Absolutely. Guys, if you want to get ahead of the game, head to the website now. I don't want to tell you this, but crafterscompanion.com.co.uk, see what everything that's coming up for you and grab some of those early bargains, because I'll tell you what, things sell out during Cartload, and we would hate for you to be the people who have missed out on those amazing deals, like these incredible 3D frame embossing folders. Loads of you sitting with these still in your baskets. Guys, they need to check them out because we don't want you to miss out on it. A launch day, and remember, when things sell out, it does take us a bit of time to get them back in. So if you want to be one of the lucky people to have these today, make sure you're checking out your baskets shortly, because we want to make sure that you're getting these. Like we said, Craig and Joe are going to be back here in 2 hours' time for even more crafty goodness. I'm going to be back with you on Sunday. Yes, me and Debbie Fisher are going to be here for all 3 shows. We've got our wonderful Colour Me Happy. We've also got a masterclass all about dimensionals, and then of course finishing off Sunday with a Second Chance Sunday. And then I'm going back with you all next week, basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you can't get rid of me, Craig.
We don't want rid of you.
I'm here.
We don't want rid of you.
I know. I need to buy more shirts because I'm using the same shirts. I need to buy more shirts because you see me this more than anything. Guys, check out your baskets. We will see you back here in 2 hours. Joe and Craig for a brilliant Cartload as always. Make sure you don't miss out on this amazing deal with these 3D embossing folders. In the meantime, I will see you back here on Sunday for even more crafty goodness. You take care of yourselves. We'll see you shortly. Bye-bye.
Bye.